There is some concern. I will emphasize that they're still waiting to figure out what is happening with Jared Jones here. They're getting a second opinion now, and they're just kind of in a waiting pattern to figure out what the actual diagnosis is for Jared Jones and how much time he might miss because of it. Right now, all we know is he threw a bullpen on Sunday. After the bullpen, approached the team and said he had right elbow discomfort. Because of that, they put him on the shelf. He will not pitch in his final spring training outing that he was scheduled to pitch in. So he's done for spring. And Shelton's quote is he's not going to make his next start in spring training, that's for sure. I think with that being said, we're going to have to look into what happens going into the season. So if he is unable to pitch at the start of the regular season, I think there are two clear options to replace him in the starting rotation, and those options are Thomas Harrington, the only prospect arm that's still with the big league club right now in spring training, and Carmen Mlodzinski, a guy who's been a reliever for this team at the major league level for the last 2 years, but transitioned into a starter role, I think, for situations possibly like this, if they needed that additional depth. So I would say those are the two candidates that would be most likely to replace Jones in the rotation should he need to go on the IL.
So, no, I want to ask you about Harrington. So yesterday I'm watching, and I noticed that he's going into the fifth inning, and you know, we were just sitting there talking about that's kind of long, not knowing anything about Jared Jones. Do you think at that point they had some sort of idea that maybe they need to build him up just in case?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, one, I think his stay this long with the big league club isn't entirely related to Jones. I think he's just had a really good spring, albeit in a limited sample size. He's only pitched 3 times in Grapefruit League play, but he's shown a lot. I mean, he's added velocity to all of his pitches. He has, I think, probably the best command of the strike zone out of any pitching prospect they have right now. There's a lot to like with this guy, but I think that going into his start yesterday, yeah, they knew that they needed to get a better look at this guy because of the Jones information, which came to their attention on Sunday. So I think that played a part in why he pitched on Tuesday and for how long and everything that went into his outing on Tuesday.
All right, Noah, we'll leave you with this. What about Bubba Chandler?
I mean, I wouldn't completely rule it out, but I would say Harrington has the edge over Chandler right now simply because he's still with the big league team in camp. Chandler was sent down to minor league camp weeks ago. So I would think because of that, I would give the edge to Harrington, but who knows? I mean, if this is going to be a long-term thing, and again, we don't know that for now, that's just a hypothetical I'm proposing. If it is a long-term thing, then maybe Chandler is an option. But for now, I would say that Harrington and Mlodzinski would be the top 2 candidates to replace Jones should he need replaced in this rotation.